Hey, welcome back. Let's continue from where we left off. In this last lecture, we have completed our login screen for our application through which the user will be able to log in into the application. Now let's create a sign up page for it so that we can able to create a new user by just registering them. So let's go into signup.dart, and here instead of returning just a scaffold, it will have a body of a container. Let's give it our container somewhat height. Let's give it a height of 900 as well as width of 500. Now also give it some decoration from the background image by typing decoration of box decoration, having an image of decoration image, which will take an image from the assets. So I can type a asset image and give it a path that is images slash wall1 dot png. Let's give it some fit by box fit dot cover along with a filter. So I can type a color filter dot mode. Now it will take a color as well as blend mode. So I can type a colors dot black 87, a darker shade as well as a blend mode to it. So I can type a blend mode dot darken. If I press Ctrl and S, you will see a background image which looks cool according to a registration page. Now let's give this container somewhat attributes that are its child. So I can type here child. Let's give it a child of column. Now the column will contain children. Let's have some top buttons for it by having row. Now here I can provide icon button. It will have an icon. Say icon of from the icons package. Say iOS back. Give it a color of white. Now it will on press will navigate back login screen. So I can type here navigator dot push replacement, a context and a new root. So I can provide the page transition dependency to it. Let's add a semicolon here. Now it will take a child. Okay, it's not theme, it's page transition. Okay, it will take a child of login page as well as the type of the transition. So I can provide type page transition from left to right. Press Ctrl and S. Now let's give it some padding from the top. So I can just hover onto row, refactor it to the padding, and from only I need a topping of say 50. Okay. After pressing it, we will be navigated back to our login screen. So let's construct the other parameters to it. So let's have some text field as well as a form. So I can be exit out from this padding, and here I will give it a title. Let's say rich text. Now this rich text will have okay, so we have our title of our application here. So under this title, let's create a form. So I can come out of this padding and create a size box here, which will have a child of form. Also let's give this size box somewhat height, let's say 400, and this form will be needing a key. So we can create a new key that will be a global. So I can type here final form key is equal to global key, which will be handling all the form state. So we have form state to handle all the state changes of the form, which will be a method. Now we can provide the form key here. Now let's have a child of column. It will have a children. Okay, so we have constructed our sign up page as well, through which the user will be able to register from here. Now our sign up page as well as our login page is completed. Now we have to just provide a link through which it will be authenticated from the Firebase itself, that is the Firebase authentication. So the first step before linking both the application as well as the Firebase is moving to your Firebase console, And under this authentication, under the developer, you have to move to sign in method and enable this email and password. So I can just enable it from here. And under the dashboard, the most important key for us is this user ID, which is responsible for the dynamic linking for the user and its database storage as well as notifications. So we have to create a custom class for it so that a user can be managed the sign in and sign out from our application. So I can just move into our code. Under this model, I can create a new file. Let's name it user.dart. Now it will be a custom model for handling the user ID. So let's name it user. It will just have a final value of a string which is UID. Now let's build a constructor for it so that other classes will be able to manipulate its value. So I can type a UID. Okay. Now we also need a custom authentication class through which the user can be able to log in, sign in as well as sign out from our application. So I can just move into the services folder and create a new file here. Let's name it authentication.dart, that is auth.dart. So we can create a new class here for authentication. Let's name it authentication. Now here we will be needing a dependency of the Firebase authentication itself. So you can just move into puffspec.yaml and press Ctrl+Shift+P. Under the puffspec assist, you can type here Firebase. Now under all the options, you have to select the Firebase authentication one and press Ctrl and S to download it from puff.dev. Now after downloading it, you can just move into the authentication part and create an instance of the Firebase authentication. So you can write here final Firebase auth. Firebase auth is equal to Firebase auth.instance. Now through this Firebase authentication, you will be able to receive all the processes and extensions of this Firebase authentication. So the first step is create a custom model instance of our user.dart file. So I can just type here user and let's name this method user from Firebase, which will be take the argument of the Firebase user. Now let's import its file link so I can fix it. Now this method is going to return the user ID. So I can type here user not equal to null if the user data is present, so the data will be transferred into the user custom model, so that I can write here user.uid. If the data is not present, so we will have nothing, that is null. Now the next thing we will be needing is a stream. Now consider stream as a pipeline where the data will be the source of asynchronous event. Now this stream will be responsible for handling our asynchronous event, that is sign in, sign out, login as well as logout. So let's create a new stream here having the T class of user, and let's get the user data from here. So I can just return here Firebase auth dot on authentication changed. I can map it first with our method which we have constructed here, which is user from Firebase. We are going to construct 3 different methods for signing all the events, that are registration with email and password, authentication of all the links through email and password, that are sign in and as well as sign out. So you can create a new feature here. Now the feature is the new widget of Flutter which is responsible for handling all the asynchronous events, all the events which are not static, that they are going to be dynamic. So I can just type here future. Now let's rename as sign up with email and password, not capital 1, a small a, and it will be take arguments of a string. Let's give it a string of email as well as a string of password. Now this method is going to be asynchronous, so we can denote it async. Now here we have to implement a try catch block through which all the errors of the particular method can be cached under the console. So you can just give it a try here, try as well as a catch block, and this catch block will contain an error which will be going to be print the error by typing error not to string, and also it will return nothing, so you can write here null. And similarly under the try block we are going to catch the authentication, that is the authentication result. So you can type your auth result is equal to under the await state Firebase auth dot sign in with email and password. Now this parameter will be taking the arguments of email as well as password. So you can provide the email here of email as well as a password which will be cached by the method itself under the argument of string email and string password. Now we can construct the following result, that is result with the Firebase result. So I can type a Firebase user is equal to result dot user and also return the cached user to the user from Firebase, which is our custom model class. Okay, format the document once. And similarly we can construct some more future method for registration of a new account. So I can type here future register with email and password with a small a, and here register with email and password. And similarly this method will take a string of email as well as a string of password, and it will be also asynchronous. And here we are going to implement a try catch block. So I can write a catch the error and print it in our console. So I can type error dot to string and return null as an output. Okay. And under this try block, similarly you can try auth result under the await state of the Firebase authentication dot create user with email and password, which will be going to take email and password. So I can write here email of the argumented, that is email as well as password. Now it will also link the Firebase user. So I can type here Firebase user is equal to result dot user and return the following data to our custom model from user from Firebase with the argument of user. Now we have created one more method for the registration of a new account. Let's come out of it and create a new method for the sign out event of our user. So I can also declare a new feature here. Let's name it sign out from Firebase. Now it will take nothing, that is, it will not take any arguments, just a synchronous method which is going to take a try catch block as well. Now I can catch an error here and I can simply print the error again once and return null. Now this try block will simply return under the await state Firebase auth dot sign out. Now this is all about the custom model for our authentication, which is responsible for registration with email and password, sign in with email and password, as well as sign out from our Firebase. Now we have to just simply implement all these three methods with our sign in page as well as sign out page, which we are going to do in our next lecture. Till then, practice this authentication code with once as well as the custom model of your user. I will see you in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.